So when will we ever be able to say that an artist or a person is better than a legend? Let's just say Michael Jackson. Like, when will we ever see that anytime soon?
When people start passing out at concerts, a little kid, teenagers, oh, and fainting, then you can be better.
Wait, can you make that noise again? Is that possible?
Like that.
Fam, pause. Don't ever make that voice again. Jesus Christ. This is not the way I wanted to start a show.
This is the steroid era of music.
Talk about it.
This is dead ass the state between internet sales and fucking just internet sales is really what I'm trying to say.
All right.
People are not going out to buy records. Like when you have real fans, you go out, you get in your car, you got to go buy the record, or you get on the bus, you get on the Iron Horse, you do what you got to do to go support your artist. Now, if I could buy a song for 69 cents or 99
all right,
cents,
hold on, Farrakhan.
Don't ever
so
put
look,
your hand
check this
down,
out.
baby.
Check this out. Grassroots Podcast, Brandon Killabh.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon. And
Go
today
ahead.
we have regular Nas and Wilson.
Regular Nas.
I was not waiting for it.
And a warm welcome back to Wilson. Warm welcome back to Wilson.
Thank you.
He came back from his vacation.
Oh, God. So, yeah. Before we get there, because we want to get into Chance Pause, there was a lot of egregious statements that were made.
Ridiculous.
Let's get into Joe. Pause again. Jesus, there's a lot of pause going on. So Joe Budden recently inked a deal with Revolt. Finally, these rumors had been happening for quite some time. Originally, I thought he had the bag, and I thought he lied to me about it, but he didn't. But he actually finally closed the deal, so I'm happy about that. So we're going to call him now, and let's have some fun with Joe. I'm going to put him on speakerphone, and hopefully he answers. He's not being a jerk. I wonder if he's going to hear this. Probably. Whose phone is that?
Yours.
Word.
Now, kid, my show is on.
Fam. What's up, man?
What are you saying, man? You're gonna make me miss my show.
Nobody cares about you. Have a show. Let's talk about the show. Congratulations, first and foremost, from all of us over here.
Hit the round of applause button for a real nigga.
We don't have the applause yet. We're working on it. Everyone's clapping in the room. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, sound like he got some niggas in there.
Fucking dick. So how are you feeling? I know you've been working on this for.
I feel the same. Don't do this.
I have to do this. God, you're the worst.
I feel, you know all that I endure behind the scenes that I'm unable to do. You know how much of a turbulent trial it has been.
Well, that's true. But the fans don't know. All right, so you mad corny. So just give us the juicy shit. What other shows you got going on? Pause.
I would never say. I would never say, and I would never say here.
All right, I'm hanging up on you. Bye.
I got good stuff to do, man. I got good stuff coming.
Well, that's good.
Know, you look at anybody who is just been and thinking clearly and assessing. I mean, 2 + 2 make 4, man. Good spade players can see what's going on.
Well, that's true. That's true.
That's all I can say. I listen to you up.
Yeah, I know you're not saying anything, so.
The good grasp on thing.
Yeah. Well, your reception is horrible, so congratulations, and we're hanging up on you. Peace. All right, well, hopefully we can fix that because that was static. His reception is horrible. Anywho.
He doesn't have boost, does he?
No.
Okay.
At least I hope he doesn't. That'd be horrible. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so new show is called State of the Union.
State of the Culture.
State of the Culture. Damn, fucking up my friend. It's supposed to drop summertime or midsummer. I don't know when it's supposed to drop, but I'm excited. I think this is probably just what Revolt needs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With them trying to move the culture, especially Diddy just always trying to be innovative and trying to, move just culture in general. So I'm excited about it.
Now, my question is, do you guys feel like the recent mass layoff over there is contributed to this situation or involved in this situation somehow?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Trim the fat.
Yeah, it's business. You gotta think about it. They probably, I don't know how long they've been negotiating, but like for that to be where they are now and have such a mass layoff randomly, and then Joe Budden announced to Revolt, you gotta kind of, if you have some sort of business etiquette, you kind of know what happened there. I mean, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, to the people that lost their positions, but it's business.
Aside from like stuff like behind the scenes, is this like Puff's biggest move?
For Revolt?
years.
For Revolt?
Like just
Revolt?
period. Whether it be music, anything that he does. Like the biggest thing that he's done that's not like behind the scenes.
That's not behind the scenes. That's a good question.
Very interesting. Good job, Wilson.
It's a big sign, man.
Well, I mean, this is even still kind of behind the scenes, though.
Yeah.
Because he actually, people don't really know, but when I was at Revolt, he kind of stepped back and allowed other people and hired and promoted certain people to kind of take the lead in terms of Combs Enterprise and Revolt TV. So he's actually not as involved with Revolt as he was in the beginning. So this is kind of like his little, I mean, it's still behind the scenes. Obviously, like anything that's like big news or anything like that, of course he's going to be at the forefront of the you know, press release and stuff. But I think he's still going to be a little bit back. But he may be a little bit more involved now that Joe's over there. You know, he may just have like a direct connection with him and talking specifically more with him and just to see what's going on. But I just know from my experiences, like I maybe only saw him like 2 times at Revolt when I was there. And then the last time he was kind of like stepping back because he had his assistant that he had for like almost 10 years. She became a higher up or like a president or something like that for Combs Enterprise.
Yeah, from what I hear, he's not very hands-on though. Like he knows his place. Like he knows what his strengths are. He knows what his weaknesses are. He knows kind of maneuver. And I think this is one of the chess moves of, all right, fam, I see what you're doing out here. Just go and create. And I think he's giving him the space to create. So I'm excited for it. But that's actually an interesting question. I wonder, like,
Because I ain't seen him like sign like no new artists or anything like that.
well, that's what I was gonna get to. I wonder if he's kind of stepping away from music in that realm. It seems like everyone is doing that now.
But he said that years ago with the band.
That what he was done with.
Yeah, he said I don't even make money off of music anymore. Like if you really that, like that's a throwaway line for most people who are watching the show. But if I'm trying to make the band and you tell me like I don't even make money off of music, then why am I here? Clearly, I'm here for entertainment. And I think this Revolt and Joe Budden is dope because a lot of people hate to love Joe Budden, or they love to hate him, rather, I should say. And he's just like the supreme antagonist.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but y'all remember that? Y'all remember that sing-off that they did?
Yo,
Did a single.
and making a band.
For making the band?
I have to prove to him that I can sing at the drop of a hat, even if I just woke up.
Stand up behind your platoon, man. Stand up behind your platoon.
Now I see Brian, he's stepping up in front of me. I ain't no punk, so I'm gonna step up in front of him.
There's 1,000 words that I could say to make you come home, yeah. Seems so long ago you walked away.
Sing to him. Don't sing the song to him. Let him hear you.
Said to me.
Let him know you coming to get his bed, man.
You acting so strange, yeah. Maybe I was too blind to see that you needed a change.
The new guy sings, and I'm thinking he's pretty good. It kind of shakes me up a little bit.
Girl, each time I try, I just break down and cry. Pain in my head, oh, I'd rather be dead. Spinning around and around, although we've come. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Baby, I belong to you, yeah.
All right. Y'all see what y'all facing, you know what I'm saying? That's home team right there. Y'all can say what y'all feel, but good luck to y'all tonight. Tell them whose house it is.
They did
R&B beef at its
the
finest,
R&B
kid.
sing-off. Yo, that was hilarious.
That was good TV though.
Oh,
I
my
ain't gonna,
God.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The making the band had a run. Like I was with the shits. I was watching it every week. rooting. Like I was hyped.
That was good TV.
Those were hands down the best fight scenes
Oh yeah.
on TV of all time.
Listen, yeah, keeping it a buck.
Yo,
That's when
what
it was
was his name?
raw. and
Neff
uncut.
from Philly?
Neff?
Neff?
Nah,
Ness.
Ness.
Ness and the dude from Florida?
And,
Yo.
what was the guy?
They was getting caught. The dude
No,
from Florida,
Fred. Those are some good fights,
That
man.
shit was vicious.
And then you had Babs in the background. Let him fight. I felt like that shit was mad Brooklyn. She didn't even care. She's like, let him fight. I don't even care. Let him fight. Like, that was some good TV, man. He might have been one of the pioneers for fucking reality TV. I ain't gonna lie.
You telling somebody on the yacht wants to make money off of music.
Yeah,
make money off of you stupid Negroes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was really good content. Whoops. Damn, so I wonder if he would ever do anything else like that. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think when it comes to music, he's just kind of like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like even when it comes to TV, I mean, they just released a new Ciroc, I believe. It's like for like for people like dark liquor.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right? We got dark liquor fans over here.
Word.
But that's where he makes the majority of his money now.
Yeah.
He's making millions, hundreds of millions of dollars off of alcohol.
Yeah, I think he's seeing the pendulum shift, and I think he's definitely taking advantage of it and trying to be, ahead of the curve. So smart chess move, and especially to kind of land Joe, and not just because that's my friend, but because I know how he's very meticulous with deals and business. So it had to be a great situation, and it had to make sense for him to do it. And especially him even feeling comfortable doing it after the whole Complex debacle. So I'm sure that it makes sense. So I'm excited to see what happens there.
Also, like, I don't know if you guys saw, I sent in the group chat that there is streaming services updates and how it will impact the Billboard charts starting on June 29th. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
They go from everyone from like Amazon to Spotify to Tidal to Vivo to Google Play, Napster, Slacker, and they basically just say like how each one is going to affect the Billboard charts. They said paid is equal to about 1,200 streams in one album, and ads equal 3,750 streams.
Yeah, steroid
album.
Yeah.
Steroid era.
It's gonna be a scary thing though once like companies actually figure out how streaming works, because no one knows. I feel like it's like a mythical like god in the world that's just controlling numbers, and you don't really know how it works.
Yeah.
So I wonder what happens when they figure that whole shit out. But
also another question. Feel like when it comes to streaming, there's a lot of pay to play.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
because of that, do you feel like there's becoming less and less and less opportunities for independent artists to kind of like find their shine and spotlight, because blogs don't have the same impact anymore? Playlists became that thing, but then now the labels are starting to find ways to kind of get there to manipulate it.
Yeah.
So like, is there going to be a new place for independent artists to kind of like shine and have their spot? Or is it going to be kind of like one of those things where it's like you're going to have to pay, behind the scenes, and then you get pushed up in front of the scenes?
well, that's the thing. Payola has always existed, at least as long as I've been in the music business. Like, it's always been there. Like, as long as you had a nice brown paper bag when you were going up to the radio station, you were good money. Like, you didn't have to worry about anything. It didn't matter who was up there. It could be 50, it could be Jay. Your record was getting played. It didn't matter. Now, I think, to your point, the new wave is labels now kind of stepping back into that whole realm and then inserting themselves into the playlist and letting you know, hey, this is the next hot artist, even though they may not be the next hot artist.
Yeah.
So I wonder like how that all will kind of change, especially when you have like the Diddy's of the world that are really trying to control media and control how things are put out there. I wonder how that's going to affect everybody.
I think there's going to be more pay to play, but you're not going to know that that artist is signed or associated with the label.
Yeah.
It's going to be more discreet, and you're going to see people come up out of nowhere, and then they get on the playlist and they kind of like have their run, but you would think that they're independent. I mean, it kind of goes back to what JD said. There are a few artists that are quote unquote independent, but they're actually associated with labels
got
now.
the nice little silent partners.
Didn't Benzino do that with the Source albums? When he was just putting his songs on the Source albums?
Yeah, definitely.
And it was like, when was this a hit?
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing that we were talking about. You run the risk of now it hurting your credibility. Like you're forcing yourself onto the masses and deeming it hot. I'm very big on reading the masses. The masses will tell you whether it's hot or if it's not. And I think it's just a slippery slope when you start inserting yourselves into different conversations or different brackets or different playlists without really solidifying that the record is moving or doing something for the people. The moment that happens, the people going to get you out of here faster than the label will get you out of here.
Yeah. I mean, you can't even look at the numbers today, though.
Yeah.
The numbers are like propaganda, man.
Yeah, definitely.
The numbers aren't really for the people. It's like you're looking at someone else's report card and then judging if you're going to fuck with them or not based off of that.
Yeah.
That report card doesn't affect you. That shit is for the just business execs or whoever else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Not even for that, man. The only thing, numbers used to be scary for the consumer when it was like, if my favorite artist doesn't sell, he might fade away.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't happen today, though. Nigga don't sell, he's around for another 4 or 5 years.
Well, it depends. It depends, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It depends.
My man, Hurricane Chris is out of there.
Who the fuck?
You just now said Hurricane Chris, nigga.
Exactly.
That was like 2003.
Yeah,
Hey,
fam.
baby. Where's he at?
No, but there's a point. It's kind of like
Hold on, that's like the worst thing.
Oh,
you
what
could
kind of
throw out.
reference was that?
Hurricane Chris.
Hurricane Chris?
He said they were going to stick around.
I know, man. Just go ahead.
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like for certain people, not all artists, but the more that you quote unquote clout chase, the more you stick around in a sense. And I'm not saying that some of them do it on purpose or anything, but like, for example, Blockboy JB's Simi project did 11K SPS first week. So it's just kind of like what happened with the Drake power didn't really continue. It kind of died off in a sense. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, and it goes kind of back to what I think DJ Booth did an article where it's like Trippie Redd almost got a song with Drake, but they were like, luckily he did it, and that's good for him because it's like when you get a song by Drake, you better be ready. You better have the full package, or else you're gonna die off eventually.
Yeah. Well, speaking of numbers, I know this wasn't the next topic, but let's get in the title and then manipulating those fucking numbers.
Men lie, women lie, and well, you could fudge the numbers sometime, right?
Well, that's the funny thing. It's ironic that line came from Hove and it's on the title. Is that the only one that struck a chord with me?
There's truth in a lot of things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, they fudged numbers for, they said Beyonce, right?
Well, I don't know. It says the title may have inflated its subscribers' numbers.
Now let me ask you this. Beyonce is amazing.
Okay.
Do we really care if they fudge numbers for her? If it keeps her around for longer?
Yeah, if you're going to compare her to Michael Jackson, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, Nas, do you even like any of Beyonce's music?
Nas just threw some hands.
I do.
Yeah, he did. He threw a jab.
He threw a jab.
I do,
Fight back.
But
Fight
you're
back.
not going to sit here and just, it's like, oh, well, shit, that Coachella performance was better than anything Michael Jackson did.
You know the beehives everywhere, right?
Come at me.
No, you don't want no beehive. So listen, hey beehive, check this out. I don't want no smoke. Yeah, I don't want no smoke. But if I'm keeping it all the way a buck, are we really surprised by this news? Like I've been thinking that every streaming site does this.
A lot of businesses do this, not just streaming.
I'm not really. I'm talking about like Hot 97. I'm talking about like this has been going on for years. Like I'm not surprised by this.
It's called a roundup. You round the numbers up just a tad bit.
Just a tad bit.
You at 32.5. You're like, let's round it up to maybe 41.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with it. The numbers don't affect my ears.
See? Perfect. This is the steroid era, man.
But to Wilson's point, I'm rolling with him. I don't care how many numbers y'all put on the board. If I hear a record, I'm gonna know whether it's hot or not. Mm-hmm. And that's a fact. I don't got to worry about numbers, especially knowing what I know. And I know how numbers can be inflated, and I know what they do to, boost an artist's sales the first week with buying albums and doing all this other stuff. Yeah. I don't worry about that. To my point in the beginning of the show, the masses will tell you whether a record is hot or not. And now, even though I know we're jumping around a lot, going back to your point with Chance the Rapper, Chance knows better than that. Chance knows. Chance knows.
He doesn't know because he said it.
But listen, Chance.
Wait, you got something to say, Wilson?
Isn't this what Kanye's fighting for?
What?
The right to be able to say something like that and it not just be shot down.
I'm not shooting
like a
him
dog
down,
in the street.
but it's facts.
Yeah, but let's not just go on and just give cadence to Kanye and talking about
and tomfoolery.
I love Kanye.
Clearly, but even with all of that, you can't just go making egregious statements like that. Like his statement verbatim for Chance the Rapper during his commencement speech was, Beyonce's Coachella performance was better than any performance Michael Jackson has ever done. You know how crazy that sounds?
He was famous for 43 years.
In that instance, I realized something. I realized that all of us have a responsibility to be greater than the people who came before us. We have a responsibility to be not as good as them or live up to their example, but to actually surpass them, even when it seems scary. We have to overcome that fear and be greater than our role models. Beyonce's performance was better than any performance Michael Jackson ever did. That woman, better than Mike. Black woman, better than Mike. I said it.
Fam, yeah, like
He's still famous. What are you talking about?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Correction.
He's not even alive and he's still famous. He
Like,
still is like the highest selling dead artist.
Yeah, for the listeners and viewers, let that sink in. Better than any Michael Jackson performance ever. Huh?
These many people went diamond.
Yeah, like
He's one of them.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
So
He's one of them.
Yeah,
This is him.
I'm about to say he's four of them. Michael Jackson's form. There's the black one. There's the white one.
The
There's
child.
one with the Coca-Cola with the nose one.
The child's one.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
What are you saying?
So
Baby Mike.
Let me hit this free thinking thing.
so
Wilson.
we're all just gonna act like Unbreakable wasn't trash.
Unbreakable the album?
Yeah,
Oh, you're disrespectful. Have you not listened to Butterflies?
Butterflies was cool. I love that song.
Oh my God.
The album wasn't trash.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't name another. I can't name
The
another
album
song
wasn't
for that
trash.
No, Sony actually thrashed that album. You gotta do your research.
I've listened to it. Garbage.
That's one album.
Unbreakable. Name a trash Beyonce album.
I think I could. I think I could.
We're talking about performance though.
Beehive again. That's
I think.
at Killabh.
Listen, y'all gonna hold on. And
Performance wise, she dances.
I wouldn't say
Hold on,
trash.
sings
'cause
better.
trash is
I know
such
you
a-
didn't lead.
Way better
I
singer.
didn't know you led with She Dances.
She dances.
come from me.
Way better singer.
She's a what?
Let's see.
Way better singer than Michael Jackson. Not
Fuck
even
outta
up for
here.
debate.
Get the
Who's
fuck
a
out
better singer?
Beyonce.
Are you smoking dust?
Isn't a better vocalist?
Do you
Hold on, time
smoke
out.
Sherm?
She's not a better vocalist than Michael Jackson.
Are you? She moved Kelly the fuck up out here to the back because Kelly was out singing her.
Well, let me ask you
Latoya
this.
could out sing.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think The Weeknd is a better vocalist than Beyonce?
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Wait, you can't compare.
They sound almost identical.
No, they don't.
The
No,
Weeknd
they
and
don't.
Michael Jackson.
Now you're trying to do apples and oranges.
Yeah,
You gotta
you
stop
bugging.
that.
You
These are apples. These are red apples and green apples.
No, these are
They're
apples and
both
oranges.
Granny Smith and
Yeah.
McIntosh.
Now you're getting a little too wild over here.
Well,
Oh man, but okay, so not that I completely agree with what Chance is saying, but we also have to take in consideration that Chance has only seen Michael Jackson's performances probably on YouTube or TV.
I
That's
factored
not
that in.
the
I
same
did.
experience as in live, in person, 3D, everything, sweat, tears, people jumping, crying, babies being born in the
Yeah,
actual
like-
show. You know, he probably wasn't there.
to your point, I factored that in when I saw this. I said, "Well, Chance is young. He wasn't there." Like
No.
I remember, I thought about just performances. Do y'all remember when Michael Jackson brought out Usher on that white stage? And they did that big performance, and him and Usher were battling, dancing. With Chris Tucker came, like I'm just thinking, I'm replaying all of these moments in my head, like watching all of these performances. I just think Chance may need to do a little bit of research, and maybe
He made the robot.
Yo, he had the moonwalk. That was cool.
That's it.
2025?
The hottest thing was when he set himself on fire on stage.
What?
The hottest thing he did.
What?
That was a Pepsi commercial.
What are you
That's
talking
only
about?
My
disrespectful.
God.
And second of all, that was an accident. What are we
And third
talking
of all,
about?
they're saying that because of the accident, he got on those pills that ended up killing him.
And he had to wear that
or
stupid
got
ass
on the meds
wig.
that ended up killing him.
He had to wear that
Damn,
stupid ass
Yo,
wig,
so
too.
wait, did Coca-Cola kill Michael Jackson?
No, he's alive.
Nah, he bored himself to sleep. He just went
Hold
out.
on, just
No,
you said
there was.
boring?
I'm just playing.
I remember
love
there
Michael
was.
Jackson. I love Michael
He
Jackson.
bought
bro.
himself to. Oh my god.
Oh my God, this guy is crazy.
You are wild.
Yo, this guy's out of
I
control.
think this is the most animated I've been.
Yo, R.I.P. You were talking about a dead man right now,
Nas is
guys.
livid.
Like,
Well, me personally, I'm defending the dead man's honor. I just think it's egregious to say that it's the best performance. It's better than any of Michael Jackson's performances. I remember when Michael Jackson performed in Africa.
I'm pretty sure Beyonce performed in Africa.
okay, well, here's another person. What about? I mean, I'm not gonna give my. I already know what my opinion is, but here's another one. What about Beyonce versus Prince?
Prince.
Performance-wise.
Say something stupid.
I'm asking Wilson. I'm asking Wilson.
something.
Oh, I'm on the record for not being a Prince fan personally.
Yeah, he is.
I respect his artistry.
You're an idiot.
I'm not
Oh
a
my
fan of
Lord.
Prince.
He
I like
taught
Michael Jackson
himself
way better than
22 instruments. Self-taught.
And
I'm
he
sure,
wrote a
I'm sure
lot
you
of
could
hits.
teach yourself 22 things that people wouldn't value. Okay?
In the
Wait.
music business.
No, just in life. Just in life.
You're talking about life. We're talking about somebody that taught himself how to play 22 instruments.
He wrote, produced, and arranged Purple Rain.
Never
And he
went to school.
wrote
nothing.
other people's
Like,
hits too. Plenty of hits.
What hit
damn.
did Beyonce
Yeah,
write
you-
for somebody
you're
else?
You're not winning this.
Not even that, but like,
She wrote Survivor.
who here has
For
who
her,
here knows
Michelle,
how to
and and what you would call it. Don't ever play yourself now.
Survivor. Survivor.
play? Yo,
She wrote it.
everyone, Wilson's back.
Wilson is back, ladies and gentlemen. Wilson is back. What the fuck?
Hilarious.
Yo, you're out of your mind, yo. All right, so I guess we can give Chance a pass because of his age and maybe his ignorance to just all that Michael Jackson has done. I would just like for him to just do a little bit more research, I think.
Him and Wilson.
Yeah, word. Him and Wilson. Shit is crazy out here. Damn. Speaking of
goddamn ridiculous.
while we're on the topic of Hove, kudos for him to taking care of Meek Mill's legal court fees and stuff like that.
That's what
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Brother's supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
Well, back in the day when artists used to get locked up and shit, like that's what a label would do. Like you would be able to call a label and they would bail you out depending on if they liked you or not, or
Yeah.
you know, if you had a project, coming to some shit, like they wouldn't just do that. So I thought it was like number one, it's a good sign of Hove, especially for artists looking to go to Rock Nation. That you know he'll have your back as an artist. Now, do I think that I don't know another artist, but let's say Uncle Murder. Do I think Uncle Murder will get that same type of cadence? Like, I guess my question is Hove bailing Meek Mill out if there wasn't such a Meek Mill push?
He might not have bailed him out if the situation wasn't biased and problematic.
Yeah.
In the sense where, like, if you messed up, you messed up. You got to serve your time.
Yeah.
But because there were injustices, situations with him, there was bias from the judge, there was even like other people that were problematic in the situation. Because Hove has been very big on justice reform and bail reform. He's got involved with that. I believe the app.
Yeah.
He's done the documentary series with Trayvon Martin's parents.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very in that space right now. And Meek Mill's situation happens to be within that space. Now, if Meek Mill fucked up, I don't think Jay-Z
You
would
don't
be
think it's
paying.
the same thing?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be paying. But because this is a situation where falls in within bail reform and falls in within that problematic stuff, I think that's why he did. An interesting fact, Philadelphia has nearly half or even a little bit more of the people that leave jail for probation end up going back.
Yeah.
So like their system is really messed up.
I said this on Twitter. I really like how Meek Mill is carrying himself. I say this, I keep saying it because I really like how he's, I really just feel like he's matured in such a short span. Like he's really talking about real issues. And not to say he never talked about real issues, but I think having gone through this whole experience himself, now he kind of sees the bigger picture. Like
3 hots in a car to do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I really think that he sees the bigger picture and now sees his impact on the culture as well as people that support him and you know, listen to his music and things of that nature. So I think his platform is pretty good, and I hope that he continues that path. But
I think Hope just did that as a mature. That's showing his maturity level. I think he had that same conversation probably with B and some of his team. Like, this is what you're fighting for. You know, this is where you stand on it, and you probably like young dude. So I think you should help him out.
Well, on the flip side, I thought about this too. Hove is an ex-drug dealer, right? And I know that sounds crazy, but when someone's working for you and they get in a jam, they come to you.
Yeah.
They look for you to bail them out. I think Hove still carries that same mentality as a hustler.
But in a different space.
But in a different space, obviously, more corporate now. Like, he's got money to be able to get his people out of jams. And I think that's what he did with Meek.
Yeah.
Meek did put out a disclaimer, though. He pretty much said, like, don't think like I'm gonna change my music in any type of way or anything like that.
I don't expect him to. But now
he just has a cause that he's fighting for now. Because he's seeing it firsthand.
Which is dope. Like, now my thing is, I think it would hurt him. Like, if Meek were to turn into, let's say, like a Chance the Rapper, or let's say
Fam.
I'm just saying, there's people.
It's extremes, okay?
Yeah,
I don't.
It's extremes. Like,
can you even picture?
Yeah, like if they, I can't. But you think about it. Could you, when Sean came out of jail, did you picture him growing a beard and changing the way he sounds?
He grew those like those Jewish locks, man.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because he's Jewish.
A nigga that does that is capable of anything. You grow them shits out.
Yo.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just saying.
He's Jewish. But my point is, Sean would he sounded like Biggie. Like, he was talking some street shit, and then got locked up. You know, got spiritual, and then...
But he did 10 years, and his whole flow and voice changed.
But that's what I'm saying. But even with all of that, you still change. You get what I'm saying? Like,
when he came back out.
Huh?
I never even heard him when he came back out.
I heard him.
When he had the beef with Game?
Nas, did you purchase that album? Then he dropped like an album like he recorded like through like the jail phone or whatever?
Come on, man.
It was like a few records. He released a few records, but I don't think he never went like... you know, crazy with it.
Yeah.
But my point of saying that is, I don't think people now would buy into Meek if that was the huge transition. Like, he went from, you know, being who he is and talking about street shit and talking about, you know, urban America to being Jewish or being Muslim or something like that. Like, it's too much of a crazy transition.
Yeah, that would have been a short turnaround. Like,
yeah,
he was
you know
just
what I'm
out for
saying?
like what, a couple of months.
Yeah, like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Like, so
he came out like that would have been crazy.
But
He does seem a little more mature though.
He slowed down.
I really love his and that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. We said this early on during the whole Drake issue. He was addicted to opioids. Like, that plays a major, like, I almost want to take away all of his grievances, all of the issues. Like, you addicted to opioids, fam? I don't, you know what I'm saying?
7.
Yeah, like
7. Yo, I'm sorry, that was hilarious.
But nah, that's some serious shit. So,
well, he's gonna have to be careful with his lyrics, though. That's the only thing, because if he's still going through probation and still going through some of those problems, the court can still use his own lyrics against him.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So it's kind of like, in a way, is he going to be himself still, like as an artist with his music, but like be mindful of what his lyrics are? I don't know.
I think Meek will still be Meek. Meek will still be Meek as long as he's able to create and as long as he's able to at least feel comfortable. You know, he's going to give the fans what they want, and he's still going to be him true to heart. Same thing like Hope. Like, they come from different upbringings. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to ever escape that, or not escape, but he's not going to ever run away from it.
Yeah,
I'll say.
I don't think that he has to. He was talking some crazy street shit. I think he said like he saw like 15 people get killed in front of him.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point, do we have to question that a little bit? Did you actually see these people get killed? That's a lot of people to see get killed in front of you.
I mean, it's Philly though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's
Philly,
not
a lot.
I'm not really surprised. When
Philly had I forget the numbers,
bro.
but like during the one summer, they had a lot.
Philadelphia.
Of murders.
It was there in Camden.
Yeah.
It was there in Camden.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of.
I mean, you ever drove through Camden?
Yeah, Camden is rough.
I almost got attacked in Philly one time.
No. I said, have you ever drove through Camden?
Wait, attacked in what sense? Like at a bar or?
I was walking down the street drunk. I was knocking over like bikes and flower pots.
Oh, yo.
Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, no. All right, never mind. Canceled.
They should have fucked you up.
Yo, me and my nigga was like, yo, we just heard voices. What the fuck? What the fuck? Feet moving and shit. We fucking booked.
You didn't even look back.
I didn't look back. Nigga, I didn't need to see the threat. I'm used to knocking over shit while I'm drunk and just.
You didn't even look back.
There's no response.
Oh, so you're like an angry drunk and shit. You just start breaking windows and stupid shit.
Reckless drunk, not angry.
Yeah, word.
Tomato.
Oh, speaking of, okay, we got to transition into this. Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
XXXtentacion and R. Kelly.
Oh, man. All right.
Was this censorship? And do you think this was the right move?
If I'm keeping it all the way a buck, and y'all know how I feel about Robert.
It's my man.
Yo, I die every time you call him Robert.
Y'all know how I feel about Robert, man. I don't think it was just, man. If I'm keeping it a buck.
What has he been convicted of? Man?
And that's my issue. And that's what we talked about earlier. That's what we talked about in the last episode or episode before. And I don't know when we talked about it, but we talked about the shit. He's never been convicted. Like, you can't go and take these steps and try to, almost classify him as something that he's never been, really found guilty of.
Or
you know what I'm saying? Like
condemned him.
Yeah,
as a
like y'all
predator.
really just put him as a. And then, but the crazy shit is, I low key feel like Spotify created that law, that this new rule or something that they have. They created some new rule that is talking
it's like
about
hate and something.
Yeah,
policy.
it's talking about hate, and if it falls into those characteristics, then your music will not be premiered on their playlist, right? My thing is, R. Kelly's music ain't about that
at all.
Like at all. Like R. Kelly is not talking about like he's not talking about doing things to little girls on records. He's just talking about love and talking about
stepping in the name of love.
Yeah, like and again, I'm not condoning the accusations because I don't know if they're true. I don't know if they're not. Do I think they sound crazy? Hell yeah, I think they sound crazy. But I think these steps is a little bit too much.
And to be honest, you don't really see R. Kelly's songs up on these playlists except maybe like the old school R&B one.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I can see XXXtentacion situation, but then my thing even with that, it was like, okay, if you're gonna do those two, what about the other artists? What about white artists? There are white artists that have been convicted.
Yeah.
There are people who have been convicted of assault and everything else. But is theirs going down? Are they gonna be taken off the playlist? I mean, and the problem with this policy, this hate content and hateful conduct policy, is that it's kind of vague.
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
not
the other
really
thing.
Specific in a sense.
Wide net. It's a nice little wide net to catch everybody.
Yeah, well, that's my other issue too.
The blacks.
Like anybody can fall into this category. Like when you really talk about hate, like if we really get down to the grassroots of what hate is, that can be anything. You can take off someone's music for hating cops. You can take off music for hating an ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different avenues of that. But XXX apparently had time because he reached out to Spotify and had some questions and wanted to know basically if a bunch of other artists would be taken off Spotify as well. So he named a few. He said
they had that list ready.
Yeah,
I feel like they already had that list.
Yeah, they had
ready.
this list ready. So they have Red Hot Chili Peppers, sexual assault; David Bowie, rape allegations; the Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter, sexual assault. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Ozzy Osbourne, domestic abuse; Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, rape of a minor. This list goes on. Then the crazy thing is on this list, he also, and that's how you know this list was ready, he put all of the people that are alleged on the list. So he has Fab up here, he has 6ix9ine, he has Miguel, He has Trey Songz and Dr. Dre.
Hold on, what was Miguel allegedly? What did he do?
Sexual misconduct, I believe.
Oh, he's touching somebody's cheeks. He grabbed somebody's cheeks.
Hey, I don't know what it was, but I just remember it happened. So
that's a grab. He grabbed somebody's cheeks. She said no.
If I'm keeping it a buck though, well, I don't really know. I can see them doing it to XXX. I can see that only just because
his history.
Yeah.
Like he's a wild boy.
It makes a little bit more sense, even though he's still going through all of these legal battles. So he himself has not been convicted, right?
He allegedly punched a pregnant woman, right?
Yeah.
His ex-girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend.
I think they had photos. She put photos out too,
She put photos
apparently.
out or some shit. Yeah. Right. But here's the kicker. What does this mean for Spotify though?
You're done.
Like, really think about it. Do you think that this is helping or hurting Spotify long term? There's a lot of dumb artists coming up, and not calling them dumb, but there's a lot of dumb ass artists that will come up that have no home training, don't have any education, don't know how to conduct themselves, first time getting money.
Well, I mean, in this era with Me Too and everything going on, like Spotify, they had to do it. I mean,
so you think they're just taking preemptive
I
measures?
think they're taking yeah, I think that's what they're doing. But the thing though is, like, if they do that, is Apple Music going to do the same? Is Tidal going to do the same? Or are they going to capitalize off of the fact that those artists are on the Spotify playlist and those artists come? They took
R. Kelly off?
Yeah, but weren't they like quiet about it though?
Yeah,
like they were kind of like, and people asked them like, "Oh yeah, we did."
Yeah, they didn't do it the way that Spotify did it. Like Spotify put out a announcement. Yeah. They went to great lengths to let you know, like, hey, we're standing by.
Oh, you can't buy R. Kelly music no more?
No, the music's still there. So
no, the music is there.
It's just on the playlist.
Yeah, like
because he wasn't convicted.
It's not on the playlist.
In the part of the people.
I agree. I agree. But to Erin's point, the music is still there. It's just it just won't be listenable on playlists.
So he's not he's not censored because the music's still there. Yeah. It's just that they took them off the playlist, which is the playlist is like the moneymaker.
Well, that was gonna be my other shit though too. Like if you're gonna ban somebody off or take them off, and take them off completely. Don't halfway take them off, because now it makes me feel like Spotify is only just doing it just to ride the wave of, hey, we support domestic violence or womenization, and we don't want to do that, and why the fuck are we even having them on here? But you still have them on Spotify as a whole. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I'm kind of looking at Spotify a little shady, like y'all got one toe in, one toe out, not really doing what I thought this was.
Exactly, B.
I think it was a publicity stunt just to get people to talk about Spotify. Because
nobody was talking about
it. It's the most insensitive thing that you could possibly do, and it's clearly race baiting.
Yeah. If I'm keeping it a buck, I low-key feel like Spotify knew what they were doing with this. They knew it would stir up trouble. They knew it would. Yeah. Like they knew what was happening. And my thing is, just like most radio stations or shows, like even for some of the promoters, like for a lot of R. Kelly shows got canceled or whatever, they didn't say, yo, R. Kelly is not performing tonight, but he'll be at the meet and greet beforehand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not doing it halfway. They're either for you or not. So I don't know how I feel about Spotify with this. I got to see how they move with the rest of the artists and all these other people have allegations. And I also wonder if this is one of those things where it's, hey, I don't like R. Kelly and I don't like XXX. Yeah. So they're expendable.
And how long is this going to last? That's my thing too.
Well, that's
like, how long is this going to actually last? Like, is this actually going to be implemented for a while, or is this just something for now and then later on you're just kind of like, all right, yeah, at this point they still haven't been convicted, so we'll just put them back on.
And then they're just going to keep it pushing.
Are they going to start putting artists on timeouts? Like, we're going to stop promoting your music for 2 years?
They would have to take down Chris Brown.
Yeah, you got to take down Chris Brown. Have to.
Right, listen.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, what is he
was convicted.
He likes group sex?
That's
a crime?
Theory, though.
He likes orgies? That's a crime?
That's not a crime.
Guys, I have a theory, though.
A crime of passion.
I think they also might have XXX also, because if you look at it, it's like R. Kelly's and what's his relevance. So if you if you think about it, obviously he's relevant in the sense of like what he's done for R&B, you know. Yeah. But like now,
you're saying like now,
his relevance now. I feel like they're like, oh, we have to get someone who's relevant now to cover both sides and to show that we mean business, instead of just getting R. Kelly, who like he's not on most of the playlists. He's on a few of them.
But that's what I'm looking at. I looked at, if I'm being honest, I looked at the R. Kelly shit as him being expendable. Like R. Kelly is not putting out records, you know, as frequently as he was. He's turning into a touring act.
He's old now.
XXX, the whole world damn near hates him at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's a new song he got. It's that's just kind
Wait, sing it again?
No.
Is it sad?
Yeah, I think so. I can't understand.
I want him to sing it again. I
Sing it.
It's a catchy song.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see how Spotify moves. That's all I'm saying. I'm all for sticking up for injustices and doing all these things, but don't half step shit. Like if you going, that's almost like punching somebody in the face, but like nudging them because you didn't want to really hit them. Like if you want to punch somebody, punch somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta just make sure you prepared for the repercussions after the fact, because you got to now follow suit with a whole bunch of other artists that got allegations. Nothing criminal, nothing solidified.
Getting it caught out of here, man.
Yeah, here's another one.
But I mean, Spotify is also kind of quote unquote safe because we live in a period of time where certain things happen and then weeks later people just forget about it.
Yeah.
It's microwave generation, man.
So it's like it starts with what happens, the uproar, then decline, and then no one talks about it anymore. Yeah. Kind of happened with the Cardi B and Azalea Banks. That kind of died a little bit.
That did.
I called it.
You did call it.
This is America.
Well, I wanted to touch on this, and we didn't. I always do this to you guys. Well, how y'all feel about that Chris Brown shit?
What Chris Brown shit?
So Chris Brown, yet no one saw that. So he's being brought up on sexual assault charges again, but it was something that happened in his home. He wasn't directly involved, but there was a sexual assault that took place on his property.
I thought the girl already admitted that she lied, or that never happened.
Oh, you think about the white joint?
It's a different one?
No, this is more recent.
This is more recent. This happened.
I know which one you were referring to.
Yeah, this happened like last week. Like last week that he literally, his lawyer put out a statement saying pretty much, yo, like this is just a money grab for the girl that is named to be the victim. Like we know her, that type of shit. Like there's a money grab.
Watch who you got around you, bro.
Well, that's my thing.
Why would Chris Brown have to sexually assault anybody?
But no, he didn't say it was him. He said
it's not. It's not Chris Brown.
Someone.
I don't even know if it was his team, because I don't want to misquote anything. But it happened on his premises, allegedly. I don't know who it was. I know it wasn't directly Chris Brown. I don't know who it was, but it happened allegedly.
Oh, now they're saying that the model who sued Chris Brown for assault is reportedly fighting for her life after undergoing unnecessary cosmetic surgery. Who sued the rapper? Her name is Lizanne.
So she's trying to get money to cover these medical expenses?
She sued who sued the U.S. rapper for assault in 2017, suffered complications during the procedure. It said that she's now fighting for her life in a hospital in Turkey.
God don't like us.
That's crazy, yeah.
God.
She had complications from cosmetic surgery.
Tried to go the cheap route.
So now,
to go the cheap route.
Like, you know,
Young
fix
Lo?
your nose and boob jobs and all that stuff.
Huh?
Young Lo?
Young Lo.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Young Lo. But this is my thing, right? It's still Chris Brown's fault. It's still his fault. Why is it still his fault?
He's probably got a pretty big house. He probably didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
but who do you have? You know who's in your house,
which is
bro.
my point. It's the company you keep, dog. Like that's my point. This is a story a few people told us. I was in a car with a kid when I was younger, right? And at the time, I didn't know that he was robbing every McDonald's in Jersey City.
Allegedly.
No,
okay.
No, he's in jail. He's locked up. Literally, the night that I was supposed to go get food with him, he was going to rob a McDonald's. Dead ass serious, true story.
So when
was
you
going
saw
to rob
him coming
McDonald's,
back out this huge bag of money.
No, but
what
this is what happened. My homeboy pulled me out the car and was like, "Yo, like don't get in the car." Like I'm like, "Wow."
Oh, he's like, "See?
I'm like, "Fam,
Sonny
I'm hungry.
and
Like I need some food." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hungry.
Get out
and
the
he's
car.
like, "Nah, get out the car." Literally, it was like 4 other people got in the car. Do you know all of them are still locked up to this day? Had nothing to do with it.
Yo, your man is Sonny.
That's why you can't eat McDonald's, Brandon. No McDonald's.
You guys are so immature.
Was he taking money or food?
No, he's taking money. Taking money. He's robbing him. He's robbing him.
Like
he went to the drive-through.
Yeah.
Put the gun in the front and said, "I like to order some cash. Give me it."
Yeah.
He said that, Aaron?
Yeah.
I want to order some cash.
I want to order some cash.
Literally the
to
day,
go. Order some cash to go.
Literally the day they caught him, I swear on everything, I was supposed to be in the car with him because I don't remember where I was coming from, but all I remember was I was hungry. I was like, "Yo, let's be out," and my boy was like, "Nah, don't get in the car with them." He knew. I had no idea. I had no idea what they were doing.
That's a true friend right there. That's Sonny, man.
So he pulled me out of the car legitimately, and fucking the next day, all over the Jersey Journal, the whole show. I'm like, yo, I know him. I'm like, wait, what the? And literally, they ran down the list. They robbed damn near every McDonald's.
In the article, did they call him the Hamburglar? Serious question.
Sure. I fucking hate you guys.
No chicken nuggets for you.
So the moral of that story is
don't go to McDonald's.
Don't go to McDonald's.
I want an order of cash.
Order a Big Mac. Don't just take the cash. No, but seriously, the moral of the story though is that
watch the company you keep.
Yeah, the company you keep can bring you down. The reason why I say it's still Chris Brown's fault is because it happens on his property. He's still held liable for that. Still held liable. Same way if somebody gets killed on your property, you have to answer questions. You have to answer what happened. Even if you have no knowledge of it, you didn't even know they were there, but they're on your property. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be mindful of that.
No, who is this Negro over here?
Yeah, you got to
get him out of here, man.
You got to, because shit could go left real quick, and at the blink of an eye, your whole life could change for something you didn't even have nothing to do with.
Yeah, word, facts.
So. But yeah, so that's all of our content for today.
Robert,
awkward silence. Robert,
you good?
Yeah.
Good?
No, I'm just playing through my head. I'm like, is that really all? I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff that
there's
happened.
a lot.
So that's why I'm like really thinking like, did we miss anything or?
There was a lot that happened last week.
Yeah, there's still stuff happening now. Like I swear, every time I go on my phone, there's something new happen. Someone's fighting with someone. Someone went to jail. Someone, I don't know, doing something crazy. Someone got punched in the face.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
That lady trying to call on that poor black man who's trying to do a barbecue. Yo, did you see some of those? Okay, the situation's not funny, but the memes and stuff after. Did you see that stuff?
Yeah.
That
they do a barbecue. They do a big ass barbecue after she left. Too.
Yeah, they did the big. Yeah.
Shout out to Oakland for that.
I ain't gonna
one.
lie.
Yo, they should invite her.
That barbecue looked lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Someone should invite her.
It would have been nice.
Smart, man. You're not
not because we want her there, but I would have been like, oh, come, you should come again and call again.
Shout out to Oakland for that one.
Erin trying to beat somebody up.
No, because she like was harassing him and saying all this crazy stuff, and then you guys saw how like right after when the cop came, she was like, oh, they're harassing me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Get out of here. Take them crocodile tears and go somewhere else. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Why y'all so stupid?
We ain't got time for this.
All right, well, speaking of time, that's our time.
Get out of here.
Check us out, Grassroots Pod, and that's on Instagram, Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. Subscribe. I said it 3 times without my lisp and without Invisalign interfering.
Get a cookie.
Boom, bitches. Huh?
I said get a cookie.
That's not nice.
You got cookie?
No.
Well, it would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
It would have been nice. Whatever. So yeah, check us out. Also, as always, on the YouTube link, Group Me Chat is there where you guys can talk to us live all night long. Well, not all night long, but majority of the day. We're there, and that's pretty much it. Okay. $10. Who sings that song?
Nas knows.
You.
Oh, come on.
Nas knows. Nas knows.
Nas better know. Who sings the song?
Lionel Richie and
come on.
Get it. Get it.
Come on.
Get it.
You halfway there. You halfway there.
Get it.
Nas is short for nostalgia.
Why can't I think of the group name? Oh, the Commodores.
There you go.
Shout out to Stash.
My man on the trigger. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So I'm Brandon Killabh, y'all.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
I'm regular Nas, man.
I'm Wilson.
And we out.
That was perfect.
Grassroots.